Would you looky there? Someone left a grain cart on the side of the highway. I think we're going to decide to take it home with us. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Ruth Farms. My name's Luke. It's Saturday, August 23rd, I think it is. We're back down here in Lumberton, North Carolina. Same guy we bought our semi-truck from, and we're looking at our latest purchase once again. I keep saying we're done buying, and this is probably going to be it for the year. It's a pretty cheap pickup, but I think it's something that's really going to help us through harvest. If you guess we're going to buy a grain cart, here we go. Ain't the prettiest thing in the world, but it ain't terrible either. What we paid for it, I think we'll be all right. Let's see if we can get this old girl about 2 hours home. Thing gonna look big behind my little pickup here. Gonna make the old 4250 eat a little bit. It's Easy Trail 500. Chances are we're not gonna be able to fill this thing up with our 4250, but we've got a pretty good corn crop coming, and a lot of it is, you know, a decent little ways from where we'll be able to bring our truck to, so this will help us to get a little bit closer. There she is. Let's get her hooked up and get headed home. Well, folks, she's hooked to the truck here. Got our hitch pin zip tied in place. DOT approved. We're putting some grease in our wheel bearings here to make sure we get it home. This tire is a little dry crack, so we're gonna hope and pray the good Lord allows us to get it home with it. Of course, I run out of grease while I'm greasing it, but we got this little needle that goes on the end of a grease gun. That way we can stick it in the bearing and actually get it into the bearing race. And back here on the back, I'm just kind of sticking it in behind the lip of the seal there, hopefully getting some in there where it needs to be. Yeah, I think anything's better than nothing, but of course I run out of grease like always, so gotta get a tube of grease stuck in here. I'll just pick these little grease gun fittings up like that off Amazon. They're pretty neat for greasing stuff like this. You can get it in a little better. There's one right there. Whether or not y'all be able to see what I'm doing in here or not. See, we're just sticking this needle up behind the seal. We're not hurting the seal if we do it right. Get it up in there and pump her full. Hopefully we're getting some in there where it needs to be. Like I told Coleman, it's got to be better than nothing.
What's it doing?
I think it's flooding, I think. Well, the chicken.
200 PSI there, isn't it?
Maybe that's what's wrong. Maybe the kickoff ain't kicking off. She might not be pretty, but she's ours. Like everything else we got, it probably needs a couple of hoses on the inside of the grain tank. They don't look the prettiest.
Hydraulic hoses? No.
Not us, right?
No. Surely not. I mean, it's done.
I would say it's good, Coleman. These things don't need much air. Like on my tractor, I run them like 15.
Yeah, but you're also turning traction. This thing doesn't need traction.
Yeah, but we're gonna be driving down the road if this thing gets hot and goes kabooyah.
I don't believe this tire was new.
Nah, might have been 30 years ago.
New used. That was new.
It's a Michelin, isn't it?
Huh?
That's a $100 tire. This side here's got a Michelin. We're fancy now, y'all. With all of our dry cracking. Y'all think these things are gonna make it home? I sure hope so. This one over here don't look the greatest.
It's a safe mark, you don't make it home.
Yeah, safe mark. It's gonna be safe to mark our journey home. This was purchased here in Lumberton. It's like by a John Deere place. Out of Arthur, Illinois. We got all of our hoses and stuff pushed up here, tied up. Here's inside the tank. It looks pretty good. We're gonna need some flightings eventually in our augers. But I have reached out to Easy Trail and they still make those augers for this cart. They're about, some probably around $2,000 for both augers. But really, other than that, and the gearbox, and I mean, I guess our axle assemblies, there ain't much here to go wrong. I mean, it's just a big cart. But they do make all the parts for them still. So anything we get, we should be able to get just fine. It does have lights on it, and lights do work, which is always a good thing. And if y'all remember back from when we bought our Massey Ferguson 1840 square baler and pulled it home from South Boston, Virginia, we've already rigged us up an adapter to go from truck style to implement style. So we're already good on that end of things, and we're ready to go as soon as Coleman gets this tire aired up. As long as these tires make it home, probably gonna be a 3 or so hour ride home. This guy had John Deere equipment. He's got a 6620 like we got, and an old, I guess 6600 or 7700 there. Tried to get him to sell me his grain head because that's kind of what I want for our 9500 918, but he wants to hold on to it for now. So maybe one day we'll be back down here for it. We're wide, y'all. We're touching the white line over there, and we're well over into the yellow line over here. Yeah, this is a pretty good sized road, but thankfully most of our roads home are interstates. Take that as you will. They got plenty of corn and beans down this way. Just a hoppity skippity skip. We'll touch base with y'all if we have anything interesting happen, but hopefully next time y'all see us, we'll be at the house with this thing. Yeah, unhooked at the house with no new tires or anything else. Well, she let us down. Of course, the Michelin blew out. Would you looky there? Someone left a grain cart on the side of the highway. I think we're going to decide to take it home with us. Well, I didn't catch any of it on video, but obviously the tire went flat. Coleman and I yanked it off. Luckily, we had brought our tire tools with us. We went to our local tire guy. He had a tube, not the right size tube, but we're going to hope it's going to work. And then I had a neighbor who had a tire that we're going to try to make work. So we're back. We're about 35 minutes from home now, on the side of a major interstate, so you gotta love it. Well guys, we got that tire on, everything looks pretty good, and we're within earshot of home now, coming down a little country back road. At least if we do have issues now, we're close to several farmers that we can park it on over the weekend. Thankfully when it went down, it didn't, you know, yank the truck or anything like that. It kind of just, honestly, I thought the truck was stalling out or something. I thought something was wrong with my truck because it got to pulling real hard, and I looked back and the tire was flat. So we're not real sure what happened. That was the good tire, the Michelin, which was the radial. It was the better looking of the tire. I mean, that thing had tread probably 1.5 inches, 2 inches deep. I mean, it was like a brand new tire, you know, when it was put on. I mean, it wasn't, it was old but new in the sense that the tread was in good shape. But the other tire, that spider web cracked like crazy, is an old bi-ply tire, and boy, that thing's holding on like crazy. But anyway, luckily a neighbor had a 18-438 tire, an old one off of some kind of piece of equipment. I actually had 2 of them. I've got both of them. Going to see maybe if we can work out a deal with him and buy these used tires and just pay him a little something. I mean, they're not worth a lot because they do have some dry cracking, but they're a lot better shape than the one that's on here and the one that is now blown out. Maybe we can get by with it for a year or 2, and then, like I said earlier, change the ones on the 986 to a newer set and put the older set, which is in good shape but, you know, not a lot of tread, off the 986 and put on this grain cart. I don't really want to spend any more money this year. I'm about spent out. But anyway, been blessed to be able to buy some of this equipment. For the most part, we have bought it right out. It's been the planter, I did get a pull loan for it, just for the simple fact so we'd still have some running capital to help get through the year. I've been pretty blessed where I've been able to, you know, I have my full-time job doing my electrical business, and that helps me to be able to use that money to pay for, you know, my living expenses and things like that, and as well as put more money back into the farm. But also the profit, when I make a profit on the farm, I can put all that money right back into the farm to help cover my seed, my fertilizer and stuff like that, so that we don't have to go so far in debt to cover things like those. We don't have to have an operating loan. But anyway, we're just about to the house. I'm plumb give out. We left home this morning at 5 o'clock, and here it is, almost 5 o'clock p.m., and we're just now getting home. But now that was us. We blew the tire out about 10 a.m. this morning and called around everywhere trying to find a tire and a tube. We took the tire off on the side of the highway. I didn't get any of that on camera. We were kind of in a rush trying to figure out what we were going to do. Got that done and then took off, and we had a couple corn customers coming. We got those took care of, and then we got the tire from my neighbor. And anyway, we just have got it all put on and headed home. And as soon as I get home, I'll touch bases with you guys, and we may hook it up to the 4250 this evening just to see what it looks like. I'm pretty sure Coleman's probably going to want to, and I'm not going to lie and say that I don't want to, because I kind of want to myself. But anyway, we'll see what happens, see if we get it hooked up. If we do, I'll show you guys. We're definitely going to need some flighting in the old girl. I'm pretty sure it'll last us this year. But by next year, we're probably going to have to put some flighting in it. And I think, like I said earlier in the video, Easy Trail is who makes this grain cart, and they still make all the parts for this thing, and they keep them in stock. And I priced the upper and lower flighting. I think it was around $2,000 shipped. May have been even a little cheaper than that, but I thought that was pretty reasonable, and the fact that they still had those parts has pushed us more to a cart like this versus some that we found cheaper. We plan to use the 4250 during harvest, but 4250 is hooked to the baler right now, and the current PTO in the 4250 is a 540. We have a thing to change it to 1,000 RPM. However, the 806 was free, wasn't hooked to nothing, and it has a 1,000 RPM as well as a 540. So we're gonna hook it to it and see what the old cart here will do. This has only also got one set of remotes, where we probably need two. One to raise and lower the auger there, and then one to lower and raise the gate inside the machine. Anyway, this will give us a good feel for what it's like. Makes the old 806 look tiny. Two long lost friends reunited at last. They were only apart about 3 or 4 months. But I think I said it earlier in the video, but the guy that we bought the Peterbilt from down in Lumberton, North Carolina, he also had this grain cart. I saw it when we looked at the Peterbilt, kind of looked it over a little bit, and I told him if he ever decided to sell it to let me know a price. And anyway, here a month or so ago, he sent me a price, and we thought about it some. We went back down there on the way home from our trip to the beach, took a look at it again, and we decided that I think that it'll be enough of use for us this fall, give us enough, hopefully enough efficiency, that I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and get it, and we're home with it. Easy Trail 500. This thing should hold somewhere around 500 bushel. We won't be able to put that much in it, I doubt, with our 4250. But most of our fields are, a lot of them far off the road. There's no way we're going to get our semi truck into a lot of them. And this will allow us to be able to park near the road and cart it out of the field from the combine, so that I don't have to drive the combine all the way from a back corner of a field to the truck. It should save us a lot of time and make us a lot more efficient. But overall, cart's in pretty good shape. We're going, in the coming years, we're going to have to put some new augers in it and probably some tires. But really, these things are really simple. I mean, really, you got 2 augers, some hydraulic lines, and a gearbox, and then your axles that the tires ride on, and there's not really much else to go wrong. It's just a bunch of sheet metal. So I'm glad we're home. I'm tired. We've been up since 4:15 this morning, and it's probably after 5 now. We just have got her home, but hooked to the old 806. Y'all let me know if you think the 806 will pull it. I don't really think it would like it. Coleman thinks it'll do it. It's probably not gonna like it. Sure makes that 806 look tiny compared to it. And it just barely will fit over the semi, which this side here is a little taller with the tarp, and we're a little bit downhill of it. And we're on the downhill side, but this barely does fit over. Semi's been doing good though. We took it on its maiden voyage this past week and got a load of corn, and I've been selling that. About time to put her on the road this fall. Hopefully we're gonna have a lot of crops to haul. Already found our first casualty. We got some hoses that need replacing. These hoses go in here, and then they go through this channel iron, or through this channel up there to the hoses inside the tank, and apparently one of them's got a hole in it. I think we're just gonna go ahead and replace all the ones. At least these here look pretty good, but everything from behind here all the way through. Because if those break inside the grain tank loaded, I don't know if you could get them out or not. And even if you, I don't know, that'd be a mess. And then our tire we put on there is still holding there and going good. And we got the, we figured out Coleman didn't have the augers quite folded up. We got plenty of room now. So we're gonna pull this thing up here to the wash pad and start washing on it a little bit before we bag some more corn here in a little while. Coleman's getting her pressure washed. Looking a lot better. Had a lot of grime on it. Ooh, camera's a little dirty there. Had a lot of mildew, grime, that kind of stuff on it. So it's cleaned up pretty good. The paint's obviously faded on it. That's not gonna come out very good. I mean, we could paint it, but I mean, for no more than we're gonna use it. We don't, ain't like we have a bunch of fancy equipment anyway. It does look a lot better though. And no, we're not going to pull it with the 806. The plan is to hook it to the 4250 and use it. And even then, we're not going to fully load it because 500 pounds on a 125 horsepower tractor, especially without duals, is probably not the smartest move. But y'all let me know what y'all think. 4250 will handle it okay. I think it'll be all right if we don't load it too heavy. And we're going to keep off the hills and stuff too. So. Getting her clean though, looking a lot better. Afternoon, guys. Y'all can see behind me, we got the grain cart here. Coleman and I have done a little bit of work on it since you guys have, well, I guess if this is a continuation of that video, since the earlier in the video, we came back here, we added us a camera on the back so that you can see behind this thing when you're backing up or whatever. It's hard to see behind this thing, especially hooked to a small tractor. We also changed out the ugly lights that were on here and added these. Y'all can see behind us, we got the 986 in the shop finally, got the injection pump pulled, and we're getting ready to send that off. Had a few folks asking about that. But in addition to the camera on the back there, we also added one to our auger here. That way we'll be able to see into the spout. And we've already put the camera mount in the 986, and we've already got one for the 4250 as well, or we can swap them back and forth rather. We also changed out all the hydraulic hoses. We changed out all the hydraulic hoses here in the actual tank, and then it goes. The hydraulic hoses go through a plate down there, and then come through here on the inside. And then they come out right here below me. And we also put new hoses on the inside. So the only old hydraulic hoses are what's out here externally mounted. So now if we was to have issues and it give us issues while we got grain in it, it'll all be external lines instead of us having to dig this out manually. But camera plugs are here. So once we get ready for this thing, all we gotta do is hook our cameras up, and we'll be able to see our chute and behind us really easy. That thing makes the 806 look tiny. Our plan for this first little bit of harvest, probably hook it to the 4250, the first 8 acres, and we're hoping by the time that we get into the main part of harvest, we're hoping to have the injection pump back for the 986 and hook it to the 986. We realize that neither tractor is really probably not necessarily big enough, but probably need duals. 4250 is probably gonna handle it better because it's got a lot better tires. But we're talking to my grandpa about purchasing this tractor. So if we do, we're gonna buy a new set of tires and put on it. And we're gonna be looking for a set of dual hubs to put on it, because the idea, or at least what we hope to do, is leave the 4250 as our planting tractor. And then maybe if we can get the 986 bought and prepared, make it our baling tractor, the square baling tractor, and run this cart. And then maybe bush hogging or something like that throughout the year as well. Try to get where we can use it a little more, because just with it, like with anything, the more something sits, the more issues you're gonna have with it. So if we can get it out and start using this equipment a little more, maybe we'll quit having some issues with it. And I mean, we're getting stuff fixed, and hopefully we're gonna quit having so many issues. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Sorry it's been kind of slow here lately. I hadn't had many. We've just been so busy, and I've kind of got burnt out on the whole videoing and then having to edit. But I'm gonna get back into it, and we're gonna have a good fall, and there's gonna be plenty of content. So we got over 200 acres to harvest, and I'm not like the big guys that farm that cut 100 acres a day. You know, we'll be cutting 15, 20 acres a day if that, unless we just really get good weather and everything works out good. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. God bless and have a good one.